By wherever everyone's seated. I'll adjust to it. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. Two questions. First, Senator Manchin laid out the argument that election reform should be bipartisan because anything partisan would, quote, destroy the already weakening binds of our democracy. Does the president agree with that sentiment, or is that sentiment untenable because of the state level changes being pushed by Republicans?
Well, first let me say that the president knows he was elected to deliver for the American people. And his view is that that includes making voting more accessible for people across the country, making it easier and not harder to vote. And he's made clear that there's a real need for federal legislation to protect the sacred right to vote. And we are not going to wait for Congress either. That's why we've taken some steps through our Department of Justice, and also why he's asked the vice president to lead this effort, both in working with Congress, but also at the state level. Because as you noted, there are a number of problematic laws that have moved forward in states across the country. I think where we are at this point is clearly Senator Manchin has stated his point of view in his opinion piece over the weekend, which many of you, it sounds like, have read, as did we. But the president's view is that we need to move forward not just with the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, but also with legislation like the For the People Act, which enjoys, I should note, broad support from the American people, and because it does a couple of things that he thinks are essential. It provides basic protections for registering to vote and how we cast a ballot. It will prevent politicians from drawing congressional district lines for partisan advantage to ensure that people are choosing their representatives. It will help end the corrupting power of money in politics. Now, in terms of the path forward and what that looks like and the mechanics of how it moves forward in Congress, the president is quite open to and willing to work with anyone to enact common sense reforms that benefit the American people. We will stay lockstep with Democratic leadership on what that looks like from here, but I don't have anything to preview about the next steps.
And then secondly, the